Hi, Gary here. You know, a job defines us. I know mine defines me. And many times it can really just run right by us. And I think about folks who, worked in making buggy whips or carburetors or the Polaroid camera. I think about all those 100,000 people at Kodak that just kind of got wiped out over the past decade when they went and declared bankruptcy, last year. Now, there's a Austrian economist named Joseph Schumpeter, and he created a term called creative destruction. And creative destruction is basically that. Here you have the Polaroid film camera being replaced by digital cameras. There's this constant technology, processes, systems that are recreating themselves over and over again. So an example, I had a friend of mine almost a decade ago, age 50, worked middle management, nice paying job, boom, gets outsourced, downsized, etc. Lots of folks have this situation. When I sat down with him, I said, look, you're going to get probably 4, 5, 6 jobs over the next 10 years. He wanted to work to age 60. And they're going to be project jobs. You're going to get hired on, but basically they just want you for a period of time, maybe 12, 18 months. And that's exactly what's happened. And that's the way of the world today. It's really changed a lot. Well, how did this happen? Well, for the first 200 lifetimes, we're an agricultural society. For the next 5 lifetimes, we hit this industrial age starting in the 1750s. And then for the last 50 years, probably ending a few years ago, we were in this information age. And now we're in this age that Daniel Pink and A Whole New Mind says is the conceptual age. Or we've heard things like the shift age, or a lot of different things. But the point is we're in a different time frame right now. And that time frame requires a different way of looking at oneself in the workplace. And I really love the Hollywood model. Now, I'm not saying I love everything about Hollywood, but what I'm saying is their model works well. See, when they put a film together, they have a project. What do? They look for the right director, the right producers, the right actors, the right cinematographers, etc. down the line. They come together usually for 12 to 24 months, and then they break apart and they reassemble in other projects. Now, that's been going on for a long time. If you really think about that, that's really what's happening in a corporation of one. I mean a corporation of one. I'm saying you're out there in the workplace, you're building your skill sets up, you're doing lifelong learning, you're looking at what you can give value to the world, and that's what the world will give value back to you, i.e. they'll pay you for your wisdom, for your vision, for your services, for your skills, whatever that happens to be. And it's really a different mindset to look at how you basically face the world in the workplace and what this is all about. Now, maybe you have some difficult time with this, so I'll give you a little 2010 test. This is a test that was put out in Good to Great by Jim Collins. So what's the 2010 test? Well, the first question is, if you inherited $20 million, what would you do differently with the rest of your life? I'm paraphrasing that. But the second one I want you to think about. The second one is this. If you knew you only had 10 years to live, what would you do differently with work in particular? Now, I would fathom to say, and the statistics prove this out, that many of you would basically change your jobs completely because it's not what you really want to do. But it requires you to take action. It requires you to look at this and say, am I a buggy whip, or I'm in carburetors, or I'm in Polaroid? Do I have to make changes going forward? And what are my skills that I need to do this? This transition people go through where they lose a job and move on to job after job is really difficult. It's been going on now for a good 20 years and probably will continue. And it's something that I believe we have to keep thinking of ourselves as a corporation of one. What are my set of skills that I can bring to the world that then the world will pay me in dollars back for those skills? There's 3.7 million people now on freelancer.com, 600 different specialties, and anything from nuclear physics to writers to everything in between. And these folks are making their living because of these really unique skills they have. So just think about that, what's going on in the world. Now, if you are in a situation where you look like you're trying to upgrade your skills, you've lost a job, you're looking at what it means to you, hey, give us a call. We've run into a lot of folks, try to help people out in this arena. Love to hear from you. So until next time, enjoy.